Welcome back to Seasonal Stays and Campfire Days. Unfortunately, we're leaving the campground. Not because we don't like it or anything, it's just the end of the weekend. So, I'm going to show you guys how I go and get this thing ready for storage for the next week up until we come up again on Friday. And it'll be fun. Okay, so just like how I said in the intro, we're leaving the campground because it's the end of the weekend. We're still staying here and everything, but it's the end. So, usually the first thing that I do is I grab everything that I brought up, like clothes and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to pack that up and get it into the truck. Then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get all my dishes and everything ready, just basically put everything away, clean it up, and we're pretty much good to go on that end. Okay, the truck is now loaded. So then my next step that I'm going to do is we have these vent covers on top of the fans inside the camper. So what I usually do is I will turn this fan on low in. It's going to draw the air in. That way then there's no stagnant air while we're not here. So in addition to that fan being on, I'm actually going to go inside the bathroom here and go and open up the vent in here, but not turn the fan on. I actually want some positive pressure in here. That's just gonna go ahead and push it up through here, creating a nice wind tunnel. Although it's not that big of a wind tunnel, but it helps keep the air fresh, it helps keep moisture down, and it helps prevent mold from growing inside the camper. Make sure that you guys also go ahead and close all your blinds. That way then the sun doesn't come in and start fading all your furniture. This is a kind of a pro tip here of what we do. We haven't had any problems with it. But in the last video, I also mentioned that we open up our fridge. So go ahead and open this up. And we're gonna open it up all the way just like this, because now we're gonna go and pull the slides in. Okay, so while we're over here, I already have all this off, but your water heater, and if you had your water pump on, turn that off. Make sure that the gas or electric side, both of them have to be shut off. Now the electric works off of 120, so when you shut power off, that's going to turn off. But if you start draining your tanks or draining anything out, those can get exposed and burn out. Now you're buying a brand new water heater. Okay, we're getting to the final steps now. Pay no attention to the mower behind us. Some people go and mow on Sundays, some people mow on Fridays. All depends on whatever you want to do. So, but for us right now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to shut off power. And I bet you're thinking, how's that fan still running? Well, first of all, that fan that we turned on in there, that's 12 volt. That runs off the battery. But now you got a question, well, if the electric's off, how's it getting recharged? Well, we have a solar panel on top that goes and recharges that battery. And with the current, the average power that thing goes and produces on top, it can charge up that battery during the day. The battery runs the fan all night long, and the solar panel will actually run that fan all day long. So when we come back here without any of the electric or anything on, we still have the fans running. So our next thing too is going to be shutting off the water. So we go ahead and shut off the water. Let's move on to the next step. Now when I'm turning everything off on the outside of the camper, I like to kind of work my way from that side of the camper around to this side of the camper. So since we're coming around this way now, I got to go and shut off the propane. Continuing on around the camper, I come over here and I flip this right here. That's to go ahead and make sure that it's kind of a fail-safe, really, to make sure that there's no water trying to get inside this camper if any of those valves fail back there at the pedestal. So another thing right here is the fresh water dump. And I usually fill my fresh water tank up so taking like showers and stuff, I can go and boost the water pressure a little bit. So while we're over here, I'm going to get underneath here, go and open up that valve. Okay, and so there's one more stop here on this side at the back of the camper. I'm going to go ahead, and these are my fresh water lines. All I'm going to do is just open them up just to make sure that everything can drain out. Now, doing what it's doing right now, this is actually coming from the hot water heater. So this is normal. This is normal for this. So we're actually draining the hot water tank. So no stagnant water, again, keeps everything fresh. Now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and close this curtain up. Almost got a bug in my nose. We're going to go ahead and lock it. All right, we'll just go ahead and close that up, and that's it, guys. Everything's cold and dark. It's ready for storage. We're ready to go home, go work a week, and then come back and do this whole thing again. If you haven't seen our other video about opening this camper, we just released it. You should go ahead and check that one out. If you found anything in this video helpful, make sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and also comment down below and tell us, do you have a seasonal site, or do you guys go and take your camper out exploring wherever you guys are? I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.